What's up, guys? Hi, and welcome to today's session. Last week I did train, but I didn't record it because I was in a public gym and I didn't feel like it. But this is today's workout. Now, what am I doing with the training? Well, basically, still doing once per week full body workouts, high intensity style, which means I do one set per exercise to failure. And what I'm going to be doing now, my next goal will be to decrease my body weight. I'm no longer going to wait for my strength to return to its maximum level that I achieved during the bulk. I'm simply going to cut at this point. I'm going to cut to 79.5 kilos. Right now I'm 83. So I'm going to cut 3.5 kilos. Now that doesn't sound like a lot of weight, but I can assure you that I'm going to be shredded at 79 kilos. If not shredded, at least ripped. I will be around 10%, maybe 11% body fat. So this will be very difficult, and I've done it before. This will be the most extreme version I've done so far. For a few weeks here, I've been stuck at around 83 since my body, my set point, I would say at this point in my life, probably 84, 85. So I'm a bit below that right now, and maintaining 83 has been a bit tough. It takes a little bit of willpower, but it's not that bad. However, going below 83 consistently, that is difficult. So this week's goal will be to get below 82. And from there on out, I'm going to be going half a kilo per week in intervals. Basically, my average body weight will need to be going down by half a kilo or more per week for, I don't know how many weeks that is. Can't do the math in my head. 82, 81.5, 81, 80.5, 80, 70.5. Yeah, 6 weeks. 6-week cut. The reason I'm cutting is to really figure out my body, see if I can get down under 80 kilos without losing massive amounts of strength. Because if I can weigh 79, I mean, that would be perfect, because then I can probably get down to the 74 kilo weight class. If I am to compete in Taekwondo again, still haven't decided on that. My life is really unsupportive of that right now, but I really want to do it. So I'm going back and forth, but I just figured that while I wait, I might as well just, get in really, really good shape. So cardio will be added back into the mix. Serious cardio, as well as Taekwondo training, will be added into the mix. I'll continue to do my stretching as well, although I will modify that. I've been doing half an hour per day for almost a year now. In a few days, I will have been going for a year. Every time I missed a day, I did the double the next day. So, I've stretched probably 180 something hours during a year's time. I've gotten a lot more flexible, but I'm still not quite where I want to be. And one thing that I'm going to be introducing to make sure that I do achieve my goals of the full split, front and side splits. One thing I'm going to be doing to achieve that is I'm going to add rest days from stretching. Because when you stretch every single day, you get hip inflammation, and that can kind of block you from going as deep. And I believe that if I stretch less, just as I've done with the strength training, if I do less and I do it efficiently, I'll probably get better results than if I just throw volume at the problem. So that is what I will be attempting. However, when it comes to cardio and things of the sort and Taekwondo training, I will be increasing my volume there on both of those things, because that is completely necessary. And I'm really looking forward to seeing how my agility will improve, because I know that every single time I lose weight and I get really lean, obviously you feel weaker and you feel worse, but you are lighter, and the level of movement you can do physically is just increases massively. I mean, just losing a few kilos of fat, even if you lose a bit of muscle with it, you'll just feel so much lighter. And when you're attempting one-arm chin-ups, planches or muscle ups, if you're doing handstand walking or pistol squats, running, jumping, kicking, anything that is body weight based movement, you're going to feel lighter and you're going to be able to perform better unless you're already extremely lean to the point where if you cut more, if you keep cutting, you just get weaker massively. So basically, if you're an Olympic gymnast, obviously losing more weight is not going to help you. You're already, maxed out in that aspect. But for most of us, just like we get stronger when we bulk and we can lift more and we feel beefier and more stacked and tighter, and when you do your squats and your bench, you can lift, many more kilos just off the fact that you are in that bulked state. It's the exact same thing with cutting. When you start getting really lean, you notice that, when you do have food in your body, so you have some form of temporary energy, the movement that you unlock is crazy. And I'm going to be banking on, hopefully, those few kilos really helping me to move in a way that I've never moved before. And I hope I can get down to 79 kilos without, losing too much muscle. But I do believe I will lose a bit of muscle and a bit of strength from where I am right now, which is unfortunate. But at this point, I need to accept it. I've been trying to fight it. But the goal now isn't just to maintain the strength. The goal is to actually make a tangible difference in my body weight. So physique updates are on the way. I'm going to be taking this seriously until I either give up the taekwondo goal or I complete the taekwondo goal of becoming the national champion in Sweden in the minus 74 kilogram category. And I think that that's the category for me. The best would be if there, the best case scenario would be if there was like a 76 kilo category. 74 is brutal and 80 is a bit too heavy. But I'm going to maximize what I can do, and I think that I'll be the most dangerous in the 74 kilo class because I'll be able to use all of that strength properly there, and I believe that that is the weight class that I have the highest chance to win in. But we will see. Right now, getting any taekwondo training in at all is really difficult. School is crazy. We just they just throw stupid assignments at us that no one cares about, not even the teachers. So yeah, I'm frustrated with that. But you can't really blame things like that, because you chose. Like I chose to go to school. I chose to go to university. So I can't really use it as a valid excuse. That's just me being lazy. So the real excuse is I'm not putting in enough effort to, build my life around my training. So that will probably be necessary from here on out as I get laser focused on my goal. And I think that as I start dropping the body weight, as I start getting hungrier and hungrier, lighter and lighter, and start running faster and longer, and start moving better, that fighting spirit should return. I don't think I'm old enough for that to have gone away yet. Every single time I get really lean like that, I just want to compete. So I'm banking on that. I don't really think I'm ready though, to be honest, to compete after the summer, which is the earliest I will be competing. But I think that if I am to compete again, that's probably the time I need to do it, because I think that every single month that I don't throw myself in there, it's just less and less likely that I will do it at all. And I think that if I do get out on the mats and do have a fight, even if it goes quite badly, every time I actually compete, I get very, very motivated to keep training. Now, obviously there's a big injury risk. You can get knocked out and get permanent brain damage and other problems. So you can't just throw yourself in there completely unprepared. But I do believe at this point in my life and with my life experience so far that it's probably better to throw yourself into a situation that you're not really prepared for than to attempt to prepare. Because attempting to prepare without an end goal in sight, that requires a very high level of discipline, and I don't have that level of discipline. I need the end goal to push myself the extra mile, and that is what I'm going to use. So yeah, that is a bit of an explanation of what I'm doing, and I'll see you guys in a few days.